Hey everybody, it's me. Okay. Ignore the mess behind me. We are putting in tile in our house, so it looks really messed up. And I look horrible, but I had to get on here and update you guys. I have found out some very, okay, I am going to say this. I have found out some good information. Most people would never call this good information at all. But do you remember in my past videos where I am talking about, there's several, where I'm talking about having severe hypoglycemia and trying to figure out what on earth could possibly be wrong with me, and how it didn't really start happening too badly until after gastric bypass. Well, I don't know if I also noted that my entire family on both my mother's side and mostly my dad's side, have this hypoglycemia thing. So my thought was, okay, you know, we all have hypoglycemia, but it's been so severe, and it happens every time I eat, basically, or 3 times a day, sometimes less, sometimes more, just depends. And it was never very steady as far as like when it would happen. So I've been researching and couldn't find anything, and I was trying everything. Well, my cousin, who has been having severe hypoglycemia, her and I were talking in December at Christmas, and she was like, no, I'm going to see this new doctor because I've gone to several doctors, as have I, and none of them can tell me what's wrong with me. Well, Angie 2SM is her YouTube name. If you know her, she also has this issue, and it is the exact same thing. Though I have not been diagnosed by a doctor, I can tell you I am 99% sure that I have what is called celiac disease. It is also known as a gluten intolerance. So, anything that has gluten in it, if I eat that, my symptoms are ridiculous. Okay, my cousin also told me that the symptoms, actually, surprisingly, I did not know this, but bladder infections, kidney stones, which we all know I've had kidney stones 6 times in the last 2 years, swollen lymph nodes. For as long as I can remember, I have always had swollen lymph nodes, like in my neck and in my back, and it's weird. Like, I don't even know why they're always swollen, but that is a symptom. Stomach issues, where your bowel movements are not regular. I don't want to get too graphic, but if you really want to know the cut and dry truth about it, I have never had regular BMs, ever. Like, it's either the extreme of one or the extreme of the other. There's no in between with me. So that's another symptom. And then, of course, hypoglycemia. And it can become very severe. So the simple fix to the whole thing, though it may seem like such a huge thing to have to deal with, let me break it down like this. I have had to rearrange my life because of the hypoglycemic episodes that I was having. To the point where if I went to a movie, I had to always bring some kind of like dried fruit or something to bring my blood sugar back up, so that I didn't feel like I was going to pass out in the movie theater. And it gets so bad to the point where I literally have, I'm not sure exactly what vision it's called, but where you cannot see directly in front of you, you can only see out the outer part. It's not tunnel vision, it's the opposite of that, but I get that. My tongue goes numb, my ears start ringing, I'm completely like off balance when I get the hypoglycemia thing. I get sweaty and then super, super hungry. And the first symptom of the whole thing is an extreme tired feeling. Like I just ran, 20 miles and all of a sudden my heart's not racing or anything and I'm not like breathing hard. I'm just, oh my gosh, I can't keep my eyes open. Just extreme fatigue. So that is definitely something that I've had to work my life around. So the reason I say that this is a huge relief and I am so glad to know what is wrong is because now I know that the only thing I have to do different is change my eating to where I don't eat gluten products, gluten-filled products. Yes. Is that going to be difficult? Of course, because almost everything these days are gluten-filled products. That's just the way it is. Processed meats have gluten in them. Processed beans, like in cans, have gluten in them. So let me also break it down like this. On a positive, when you buy beans, let's say pinto beans, when you buy pinto beans in a can, you get the can of pinto beans for $1. This is California. Okay. $1. If I go and I buy a bag of dried beans that are not gluten-filled, that are gluten-free, it's going to cost me 48 cents for a bag that would probably make 5 cans of beans or more. So in the long run, I'm actually saving myself money and making my life so much easier. Now, let me tell you, I did put this to the test. I was like, okay, I really hope this is it because then I can just fix it. If I can master learning how to eat all over again and going through gastric bypass in the process because it's an everyday thing. It's not like it was done and over with. It's every day. I deal with the gastric bypass. Just like anybody who has gastric bypass is going to deal with it for the rest of their life because it's part of their life. I can do this. I can totally change my eating habits. It will be difficult somewhat, but it's not impossible. So I put it to the test. I had bought, I went to this, it's like an Asian store, but it's for an Asian restaurant, takeout, but I just got its actual regular chicken, grilled chicken, plain, nothing on it, with white rice, and I ate that for lunch and dinner. I waited. Normally, hypoglycemia would take effect pretty quickly. 30 minutes to an hour, it would happen if I were eating something gluten-filled. However, I didn't know at the time, so I didn't know really what was going on. I just knew that certain things would set it off, and I didn't know what they were. So today I ate lunch and dinner, the same thing that I just told you I ate, and nothing. I was like totally surprised. So then I was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure that we have red licorice. I cannot talk today, sorry. Red licorice in the house. And I know for a fact that licorice definitely has gluten in it. And of course I checked and it says food allergy contains gluten right on the package. So I ate 2 sticks of licorice. Though I probably shouldn't. I did just to test it. 2 sticks of licorice within 30 minutes, severe hypoglycemia. So it's official. I have celiac disease or gluten intolerance. My cousin is a little different. She doesn't want to call it celiac disease because she doesn't like to claim a disease of any kind like that because she doesn't really want to make it what it is. She just, okay, I have a gluten intolerance, whatever. Move on. That's fine. That's how people deal with it certain ways. Some people deal with it differently. I really don't care. I'm just going to call it how it is. Gluten intolerance or celiac disease, whatever you want to call it. But just, this is an FYI for those of you who are suffering with that. give a gluten-free diet a try and see if that fixes your problems. And, oh, and last, but definitely not least, I haven't done any updates lately. However, I wanted to let you guys know that, due to my husband's work schedule, the original date that I was scheduled to have my surgery, which was March 28th, I had to move it up a week. So I am now having my breast revision surgery on March 21st. So I will definitely keep you guys informed. I'll see if my husband will do another video of me right after my surgery. Just, you know, I want you guys to know what it's like to go through it. You know, we all see the end results. Nobody ever sees the in-between. So I am going to give you guys the in-between, the ugly part of plastic surgery. So if you don't, when you see that it's me like that, if you don't want to see that, then just don't watch it, because I don't want to scare people, but at the same time, like myself, I'm a little bit different. Before gastric bypass, I watched the entire surgery being performed. My sister thinks I'm crazy for doing that. I don't. I just want to know what's going to happen to my body, right? Okay, fine. When I had my original breast augmentation and lift done, I watched that. And I was like, okay, yeah. Well, now I've already watched what a revision is going to be like. And it looks really painful, but I don't know. We'll see. Can't imagine it's going to be delightful, but I just want to get myself fixed so I can actually be happy with where I'm at. I want to see the accomplishments of all of my hard work. And right now I'm stuck in limbo over the fact that I had a botched breast augmentation and lift. So, on with life I go. Anyways, I hope everybody is doing great. Congratulations to everybody out there who's getting more, you know, progressing towards their gastric bypass surgery. I wish you all the best in your pre-op diets, because I know that that is so hard, and yes, you will have hunger, but just tell yourself it's head hunger. Just tell yourself it's head hunger and you will be all right. All right, guys, talk to you later. Bye.